So the Holder saga heads to the House next week, where the Oversight Committee is set to vote on whether to hold the Attorney General in contempt of Congress. My question tonight, is it time for the Attorney General to just step down? Joining us this evening, we're going to have two distinguished House members, Charles Rangel, Democrat from New York, John Mica, Republican from Florida, and chair of the House Transportation Committee. Mr. Mica, can I just ask you on the national security leaks issue, which is what John Cornyn called for his resignation. A lot of Washington insiders are fingering Tom Donilon, the national security advisor, who is an old political campaign guy and a Fannie Mae lobbyist, that Donilon is the guy doing the leaking. My question, Mr. Mica, is this. Can a couple of U.S. attorneys actually get into the White House to investigate at that ultra-senior level, or do we, in fact, need an independent prosecutor with some real weight?
Well, if you want the fox guarding the hen house, then these two can be the foxes. But what we want is an independent investigation. We've had special counsels in the past. This is not a humongous deal. But again, Democrats and Republicans are appalled at the leaks, and you need a thorough investigation, and it should be done independently when you're dealing again with the chief prosecutorial arm of the United States government. So a couple of investigators, I don't care about their credentials. We need a special counsel, independent, and find out how this intelligence got leaked.
And Charlie Rangel, I ask you essentially the same question. Now, I myself, I'm not accusing this Tom Donilon. I'm just saying there's a buzz throughout Washington that he, the head of the National Security Council, is a main leaker. There may be many other leakers. I have no idea. All I'm saying is, Charlie, don't we need a really special counsel, an independent counsel, who has the clout and the weight to go into the White House and interview senior White House staff to find out the source of this leak?
Well, I heard the president's response, and I could not find anybody that sounded more concerned about our national security and his commitment to go after those people who provide these leaks. But, Larry, you know, none of this is on the level. As soon as the president was sworn in, you and I know that a group of Republicans decided that the best way to take back the White House was to destroy the character of the president. And this committee has really used the Attorney General as a vehicle and other instances. These things should be done in a bipartisan way. They're threats to our national security, but you can bet your life, and I think the Speaker said it, we're not going to resolve any of these things until after the election. That's where they're going, and they've made up their mind about it.
Mr. Mica, come back to you on that. You heard what Charlie said. You've called for resignation, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true. And let me comment. Charlie just said these things are best settled after the election, and I think that's exactly one of the things they want. Now, I'm a senior member of the committee. I've been on the committee since I came to Congress through a number of investigations, and I'm telling you that we have been overly fair. Darrell Issa and I were the two most senior members on this committee. We've waited a year and a half, spring, then we went to fall, and we asked politely. We've pleaded again, and then we've subpoenaed, and we still get no response. And I heard just a few minutes ago that now he suddenly wants to talk with us, but we're not. We're tired of being waltzed around. People died in this as a result of Fast and Furious, and now we have the latest incident with a leak of national security information. Somewhere you got to say, whoa, this isn't about trying to go after the president early on or the Attorney General. This is a serious situation.
I mean, Charlie, look, I know you're defending Holder. All right, I get that. I respect that. But it just seems to me, listening to the evidence, we've interviewed many people, including Mr. Issa. We have Mr. Mica on tonight. Even at this late date, Holder has never come clean. He's never come clean on the wiretaps and the information from the wiretaps, which were subpoenaed by the committee. He's never come clean. And to me, I mean, that is something that puts him in contempt of the committee.
First of all, you have to realize that this is so partisan that no matter what the facts are, you can bet your life that every Republican has already decided that they're going to vote for contempt. So there's no wiggle room here for compromise. The second thing is that this silly program, which I don't think made much sense to anybody, started in the Bush administration. And quite frankly, what the Attorney General is talking about is what the law is. I think if we try to find out whether or not under the law he can release this testimony, which he said he's willing to bring in the Republican leadership and bring in their lawyers in order to determine.
It's been, Mr. Mica, I'll give you the last word. It's been like pulling teeth. Why is this so hard?
Absolutely. We've been patient now with this latest incident. This isn't partisan. I even heard Dianne Feinstein, others saying this is out of control. But from our committee, we couldn't be more patient, and he is trying to outweigh us. That's why next week we said we are going to hold a hearing. We're going to bring contempt citation against him for ignoring us. Month after month, time after time, we need to get the facts. Maybe he is innocent of knowledge of this this scheme that went wild, where a U.S. agent was killed, others were murdered, and guns were pouring into Mexico from the U.S. government. It's outrageous.
All right, I've got to leave it there, gentlemen. I appreciate it very much. House members Charlie Rangel and John Mica. Charlie, let me